Hey guys, Rob here. In this video, I'm going to talk about order versus chaos across the map. And this is going to be the first video in my new series about Counter-Strike theory and understanding deeper parts of the game, and how we and I as a team look at it. And the general concept is that we all know timings, right? So we all know that the T's can get to about here as the CTs get to about here. So we can call that as a T, your chaos ends, or your chaos begins about right there. And with mid, it's probably about right here. Apps is about right there. And I think the timing for this is about right there. So the idea is basically that we can run to any of these spots. I mean, with mid, it's actually maybe here because the opera could swing us, or they could push down on the right side is kind of common now. But the real main idea is the fact that if I'm going banana, I understand that when I turn this corner, there's not going to be a player right here. It seems kind of silly to talk about and think about, but I think it's a pretty big concept that doesn't necessarily apply to the beginning of the round, but as the round develops and understanding what is still chaos and what is orderly, right? Because if we're thinking just what's right in front of us, as this first player dies here in apps, this is now, the guy, a guy swinging right here is probably not a possibility for Knack. So it's not necessarily something that he needs to worry about, right? And it's thinking as the round develops, we're gonna read what's going on. So at the beginning of the round, we're going to throw this top banana. This is the Fnatic smoke up here. It's pretty common for, I think they're the ones that started it. It might have been another team that they stole it from, but that's how I know it. It is going to create chaos for the CTs, right? Because throwing this, because they don't have someone swinging car, even though they smoked deep and they mollied, now none of us know what's going on in this area of the map here, which is going to ideally make them want to figure it out, considering that they're playing 3 people here at banana. So we're going to see them retake this as the smoke dies. So we're going to see a flash. They're going to start to swing. But at the same time, we're going to pick off this boiler player here, which is quite a bit of info, because this is probably their lane player, which means that they have a pit player, and we don't necessarily know that they have a third player over here. So right now, we're assuming there's 1 pit and 1 arch. And the guy could be anywhere in here. Granted, right now he's not, but that's what I'm deducing, what we're all deducing during the round. And that lane is more than likely, maybe a 80% chance clear. It's possible that this guy is going to push up, and we're going to see Mild go and look for this info here. Or I think it is Mild in the app. So first, we're going to clear out that, we're gonna start working our way. Since we lost banana, this is also chaos to us. We don't know if they've pushed down here or not, so we're gonna start making our way towards mid. But beforehand, as the smoke fades, we're gonna take a flashbang to get that info, so we can see the penguins and Knack swing, and we're okay, there's no one here. But then the re-smoke comes down right after we take that, so we now know that there are more than likely, there's 2 people fighting for this, which means that over on the A-bomb site, there's only 2 people as well. And during this, whoever this is, Doran, has rotated his way in from the B-bomb site. So we understand there's 2B and 2A now because of this information. And we can assume that, I'd say the easiest person, if this guy's playing pit, that's a pretty difficult spot to fight. But we're going to see Mild actually take that duel and confirm that there is a guy pit. So now we know there's 1 pit, and this player is still unknown to us, but everyone else is known. We know that there's a pit, and we know that there's 2 here, so we're going to focus and pressure that alone player, because fighting lane on this guy in pit can be kind of difficult, and that if this guy was playing at arch, he could rotate to moto and shut that down. So my call, now that I understand where 3 out of the 4 players are on the map, is to pressure towards arch, and we're going to see that that's what's going to happen, and that once we get to this point, we haven't made contact with this guy, and so the wrap is the clear play, because he's more than likely on the site you know, because we'd assume that if they took banana, he's rotated over to here. And especially when we clear out this point right here, when we get into this area, we know that we have like the enemy team split. And then we're going to have penguins down here. He's going to cause a little bit of chaos, as we're going to see him throw a smoke, making it look like we're going towards A, and he's just going to clear he's going to just chill in the middle here. So we're going to see him come. He's going to win this duel, which, you know, by this point we've like made the noise, and you can see that whoever this is rotating back over, and that's going to give him a free 1v1. And that once that second kill comes onto banana, so we see that we kill this guy banana, and then penguins kills the other guy. He immediately knows right here. You know, some players may like push up through this and they'll clear this whole thing out, but we immediately know the banana's clear. 2 people have died banana. There isn't a third, because we've already deduced that more than likely this guy is over here towards A, and that this guy is towards in pit. And so then penguin's going to come back to mid. He's going to find another kill, and eventually we'll clean up the round. But the kind of idea behind this whole theory is just that you shouldn't be thinking, especially as the IGL, just about what's in front of you, but instead about the entire map and how what you're doing and what they're doing is adjusting the rotations. And on a map like Inferno, that's like critical, I think, on the T side, because these rotations, like this commitment here, for him to go all the way over to the A bomb site is long, and it is difficult to make that call. And so if you can understand where they're at and what they're doing here in the round, that can help you really like figure out what's going on and make the proper mid-round call that will win you the round, which is what we did here. And we actually ended up rolling all the way back and winning this game in overtime, which was pretty nuts. But the whole time we were just using this kind of a theory where we were just figuring out where they're at, where they're rotating, controlling those rotates, and picking them apart. So hopefully that helps with you calling in your mid-round and kind of gets you an idea of this idea of order and chaos, and how we can use that as a player and as an IGL while calling.